This is just a quick follow-up video for the series I posted on the Mimi 803 vintage computer. At the end of the last video I'd pretty much finished the restoration but didn't have any software for this. But I figured that there must be some form of monitor program running in this, and so I was playing about with it and just thought you might be interested in the results in case you do buy this, or in case you've got one. You can look at memory locations and you can change the value of the memory locations, which means of course that you can create your own programs and enter them manually. Not only that, but you can then view and run those programs. So I'll just very briefly go over what I've found so far. First, if you want to examine a memory location, you press the M key followed by the address of the location you want to look at, and then press the return key, and then you get a response like this, where the first 4 digits are the address and the last 2 digits are the value at that address. So straight away it shows you quite a lot about the architecture of the machine. And what you can do then is just enter a new value for that address, press the return key, and it will take you on to the next memory address, enter the new value. And so, knowing the processor type and assuming that the system has been designed to give you sensible access to that processor in as much as it can perform its various in-out functions, memory access functions in the way it should, then you should be able to write some fairly meaningful programs just using this monitor, even if you don't have something like CPM on disk. So in other words, you can still use the machine even without an operating system. So once you've entered the program, then all you need to do is press the Q key, and that will quit, take you out of the data entry, and then you can look back at the memory contents. You can see this is what we entered, 3467. And if you want to run the program, then it's just execute, so E, and then the address that you want to run the program from. So this of course won't do anything, that's not an actual program. But at the moment the halt light is on the front of the machine. But if I enter just a random value for memory that's likely to contain some code, so if I press execute, and then just a number higher up in memory, press return, now the halt light has gone out, so the machine's actually running something, it's just probably running nonsense, and now it's non-responsive. In other words, it's crashed because I've tried to run some rogue software. Just reboot the machine. But the point here is that this gives you full access to the system memory and allows you to enter assembly programs, and that is quite useful if you don't have any software on floppy disks. You can still test it. So what I'll be doing is writing a short program just to test the memory. That will give me some confidence that the repair is successful, and it can then go back to its owner.